ite samyatatmanah samahita dhiyo amalaha upatastho rishikesham vinidra vayu bhojanah tasmai namostu kasthayai yatratma haririshwarah yadgatva nanivartante shanta sannyasino amalaha iti te samyatatmanah samahita dhiyo malaha upatashto rishikesha vinidra vayu bhojanah tasmai namostu kasthayai yatratma haririshwarah yadgatva nanivartante shanta sannyasino amalaha iti te samyatatmanah samahita dhiyo amalaha upatashto rishikesha vinidra vayu bhojanah yatratma haririshwarah yadgatva nanivartante santa sannyasino amalaha ite samyatatmanah samahita dhiyo amalaha upatastho rishikesha vinidra vayu bhojanah. Aste namastu kashtaya yatratma haririshwarah yadgatva nanivartante shanta sannyasino amalaha iti te samyatatmanah samahita dhiyo amalaha upatastho rishikesha vinidra vayu bhojanah. Word to word meaning. Tasyai, unto that. Namaha, our respectful obeisances. Ashtu, let there be. Kasthayai, direction. Yatra, wherein. Atma, the super soul. Hari, the supreme personality of Godhead. Ishwaraha, the supreme controller. Yat, which. Gatva, approaching. Na, never. Nivartante, return. Shanta, peaceful. Sannyasinaha, the saintly persons in the renounced of life. Amalaha, pure. Iti, thus. They. Samyatatmanaha, having controlled minds. Samahita, steadied. Dhiya, intelligence. Amalaha, purified. Upatastu, worship. Rishikesham, the master of the senses, Vinidraha, without sleeping, Vayubhojanaha, eating only air. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto that direction where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated, where those purified souls in the renounced order of life, the great saintly persons, go, and from which, having gone, they never return. Without sleep, fully concentrating their minds, and living only on their breath, the predominating deities of the various planets began worshipping Rishikesha with this meditation. Purport? The two words tasyai kasthayai are very significant. Everywhere, in every direction, in every heart, and in every atom, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in his features as Brahman and Paramatma. Then what is the purpose of saying tasyai kasthayai in that direction where Hari is situated? During Hiranyakashipu's time, his influence was everywhere, but he could not force his influence into the places where the Supreme Personality of Godhead had his pastimes. For example, on this earth, there are such places as Vrindavan and Ayodhya, which are called dhams. In the dham, there is no influence from Kali Yuga or any demon. If one takes shelter of such a dham, worship of the Lord becomes very easy, and resultant spiritual advancement quickly takes place. In fact, in India, one may still go to Vrindavan and similar places to achieve the results of the spiritual activities quickly. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साधवैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशकारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यानामिने गौरत्वे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त श्रीराधाकान्त नमोस्तुते सप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी श्रीराधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्रसुभद्राभ्यां श्रीजगन्नाथाय ते नमः वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्यमीश्वरम्। I seek the blessings of His grace Muktavinda Vande Prabhu and His Mali Pandit and all the devotees here. That we can make some small attempt to glorify the Lord and the devotees and devotional service and remain absorbed in those words. Let us offer our respectful obeisances unto that direction, where the Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated. For those purified souls, in the renounced order of life, the great saintly persons go, and from which having gone, they never return. Without sleep, fully controlling their minds, and living only on their breath, predominating deities of the various planets began worshipping Lord Rishikesha with this meditation. These predominating deities of the various planets are mentioned in the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. But there is this description of the various Varshas and the predominating deities there who are ensuring that our Lord Krishna is the center, uh, is the pivotal center around which everyone's life and meditation in those planets are evolving. Like in the Harivarsha, Prahlad Maharaj is present. The Bharatvarsha, Narad Muni is there. Uh, Haryama is one of, as mentioned, and the Kimpurusha Varsha, Hanumanji is there. So that's an example of the predominating deities of at least the Jambudvipa, the predominating deities. Like that, there are the attempt to control only leads to havoc within and without. And that is a blatant, sinister mistake which Maharaj Hiranyakashipu is committing. The attempt to control creates havoc both within and without. So we are reading the description of the havoc which Hiranyakashipu uh, is doing everywhere in all the directions. But there is a havoc within him, as we say, implosions within and explosions without. The havoc within him is in the havoc within him is in terms of the restlessness and the agitation and the acute lacuna for peace and fulfillment and meaning. So don't try to control. That is one of the prominent lessons we are learning here. Don't try to control. If we try to control, we are going to create havoc in our lives and in anybody's lives whom we attempt to control. Don't try to control. If you don't try to control, then then how are things going to run? Or what is the then which direction the activity is to be taken? So here we are learning that on one hand there is this pseudo controller Hiranyakashipu who is trying to exercise control in these hands, whereas on the other hand we are seeing the predominating deities of the various planets who are awarded controllership service by the Supreme Lord. And and from their behavior, we are learning a very positive lesson. The thought is don't try to control. So therefore, there should not be made. No, there should be no attempts to control. The only attempts should be to establish the control of the Supreme Lord, and that is what these predominating deities of the various planets are dedicated to and expert at. So when a few of them who are mentioned in the fifth canto, a few of them who are mentioned in the fifth canto, it is so beautifully explained that their whole highlight focus of their lives is to establish uh, absorption of meditation and service unto the various manifestations of the Supreme Lord. Like Lord Narasimhadev or Lord Ramachandra. That is the entire highlight of all their endeavors or attempts of controllership. And that is why that highlight is very succinctly captured in the form of their prayers, which are mentioned in the fifth canto. And in the form of their prayers, which are mentioned in the fifth canto, which are like the national anthem of those various planets. And here we are seeing a troubled time when there is havoc and catastrophe being reached by the demoniac Hiranyakashipu. And what we are seeing is with great determination and with great struggle and with great intensity, they are again taking shelter of the Supreme Lord. So here we are seeing that, as is being described, that all these predominating deities of the various planets, all intensity of dedication, and thereby pull their consciousness out of the uh, the tribulating situations and establish their consciousness with the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So this is a great lesson for us, which we can learn. Every action and attempt should only be to move in the direction of the Supreme Lord. So when the situation is favorable, a devotee increases the speed of movement towards the Supreme Lord, towards the glorification of the Supreme Lord. And when situations are not favorable, a devotee increases his struggle to move in the direction of the Supreme Lord. Here, the residents of the predominating deities of the various planets, with such a great determination, they are ready to increase their struggle to move in the direction of the Supreme. To move in the direction of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, uh, the overwhelming lesson which comes out here is that this is how. So we are learning from these great devotees, and we are learning that whenever there is suffering, one should take suffering as an indicator to increase one's intensity of the practice of Krishna consciousness. This material world is a place of duality. So sometimes there'll be favorable situations, sometimes there'll be unfavorable situations. But the point is that one needs to struggle to catch on and latch on to the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. In fact, this is the very attitude of a sincere sadhaka. That a sadhaka is struggling to grab on to the direction which takes one to the lotus feet of the Lord, and that direction is the direction where there is this association of the devotees. Just like, say, for example, a devotee. Uh, 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 a devotee gets by great benediction, fortune of the Lord, the blessing of the Lord, he gets the association of the spiritual master. But a sincere disciple always tries to catch on and latch on to the remembrance of the spiritual master and the mission of the spiritual master, and in that way is really reliving the moments of association of the spiritual master, because no other moments are of any use. And that may require struggle. Because there are times the spiritual master is physically present. And 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 as we were reading the other day, Tamal Krishna Maharaj was mentioning that now, okay, when Prabhupada left, we can keep crying and lamenting, uh, but we can hold on more strongly to Prabhupada's instructions for us and live for only for that purpose. So that is the point. So that is that struggle is what is the hallmark of or that struggle is what is the hallmark of sadhaka, to always keep the remembrance and the mission of the spiritual master, that direction which takes us towards Krishna, the spiritual abode, is the direction which is given by the spiritual master through his mission. And therefore, that struggle to keep up and pursue the mission of the spiritual master. Day before yesterday, Prabhupada was requesting non Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur disappearance day lecture. We were hearing. I mean, it was appearance day, the lecture was disappearance day lecture. And Prabhupada is telling, I will go away, but all of you will stay. But please push on the mission of the spiritual master. That struggle. And that is a lesson we are learning here. Grantaraj Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.